I was 48 years old, alone, with just $47 in my account. 5 years later, no one could believe what I had built. My name is Linda, and this is my rebirth story. But first, please comment below where you're watching from, and subscribe to Mama's Truth Tales. We're building a community here for people who know that life's best chapters can be written at any age. Now, let's get to the story. The coffee had gone cold in my hand. It was a June morning in Arizona, sunlight streaming through the window, warming the kitchen counter. I set the cup in the sink. Something was wrong. I'd felt it the moment I woke up, but I didn't know exactly what. I went upstairs. My steps were silent on the carpet. The bedroom door was open. Mark's side was made. Two made. The pillow unfluffed. The comforter tight and cold. I opened the closet. Empty. Not completely empty. My clothes were there, but his side was completely bare. The suits he'd accumulated over 22 years. The shirts. That navy blazer. All gone. Empty hangers swinging. I went to the bathroom. No shaving supplies. No toothbrush. No cologne. I couldn't breathe. I ran downstairs. Opened the garage door. His car was gone. Only his. Mine was still there, but his was gone. Not even tire marks on the floor, as if he'd never been there at all. I went back to the kitchen. That's when I saw it. A yellow sticky note on the fridge. His handwriting. I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry. Take care of the kids. Mine. That was it. 22 years of marriage. 3 children. A life together. And all he left was 8 words on a sticky note. I pulled out my phone. My hands were shaking. I dialed his number. It rang out. I called again, straight to voicemail. The third time, I left a message. My voice was higher than I recognized. Mark? Mark, what does this mean? Where are you? Please call me. Please. I sat down. At the kitchen table, the one we'd bought together 17 years ago, I placed my hands on it. They were still trembling. Then I remembered. The bank account. I opened my phone, pulled up the app. Our joint account. Where the paychecks went. Where the bills came from. Where everything was. $47.32. I checked the other account. Savings. 0. My heartbeat was pounding in my ears. I checked the credit cards. All 3 maxed out. Blocked. The mortgage payment was due in 3 days. $1,847. I had a car payment. Electric bill. Water. Gas. 3 kids' school expenses. 17-year-old Emma's college application fees. 14-year-old Sophie's braces payment. 11-year-old Jake's soccer equipment. And I had $47 in my account. I ran to the bathroom, locked the door, sat on the floor by the sink, and cried, silently, because the kids were upstairs, still sleeping. Their last peaceful moments before school. What was I going to tell them? At 7:30, Jake came down, hair messy, eyes sleepy. Mom, where's Dad? His car's gone. I couldn't speak. Emma walked into the kitchen. She was 17 but in that moment looked 7. Mom, what's going on? All 3 were looking at me. Waiting. Your father left. Jake looked confused. What do you mean left? To work. No, left. He left us. Silence. Deep, fragile silence. Then Emma's face changed. Anger, shock, denial, all at once. What? Sophie started crying. Quietly, tears streaming down her cheeks, but making no sound. Jake ran to me, hugged me, his tiny hands pressed against my chest. Mom, why? What did we do? My heart shattered. You didn't do anything, sweetheart. This isn't about you. Emma turned and ran to her room. The sound of the door slamming shook the whole house. Sophie was crying silently. I held her, stroked her hair. Everything's going to be okay. I promise. But I didn't know. I had no idea how it would be okay. That night I couldn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling. At 3 a.m. At 4 a.m. When the sun came up, I was still awake. The first 2 weeks were a nightmare. My mother-in-law called. She'd heard. Mark had told her he was calling. I always told you, Linda, you were too dependent on him. You never stood on your own 2 feet. I hung up. Friends came by. They brought flowers, brought food, but there was pity in their eyes. That look. Poor Linda. Abandoned Linda. 48 years old with no skills. Linda. I was afraid to go to the grocery store. I calculated the price of everything I put in the cart. I couldn't put the expensive cereal the kids liked in the basket. Sophie noticed. Mom, we used to get these. This week we're getting the one on sale, honey. One night after the kids were asleep, I looked at my closet. 22 years of stay-at-home mom clothes. Leggings. Old t-shirts. Comfortable but not for the working world. I didn't have a single thing to wear to a job interview. I opened the laptop. Old, slow laptop. Mark had bought it years ago. I researched sites for preparing a resume. Name Linda Martinez, age 48, education, high school diploma, work experience. Blank page. What had I done for 22 years? Raised children. Did housework. Cooked. Cleaned. Went to school meetings. Took care of sick kids. Helped with homework. But none of that counted as work experience. My last job was waitressing at a cafe when I was 26. I was working there when I met Mark. If we get married, I'll take care of you, he'd said. You won't need to work. And I believed him. I looked at online job listings. Each one wanted minimum 3 years experience. Excel proficiency required. Sales experience essential. College degree preferred. I wasn't qualified for anything. I applied to 3 fast food restaurants. 2 never responded. The third said, position filled. I woke up at midnight. Heart racing. Couldn't breathe. Panic attack. My nurse friend had taught me how to calm down. Count to 4. Hold. Count to 7. Release. Breathe in. Breathe out. But this time it wasn't working. I went to Jake's room. Sat on the edge of his bed. Watched him. His little chest rising and falling. Innocent. Unaware. Tomorrow at school his friends would ask about his dad. What would he say? I went to Emma's room. She was sleeping deeply but her face was tense. Her brows furrowed. Even in her dreams, there was tension. She was 17. She was going to college. But now I had no money. I went to Sophie's room. She was curled around her pillow. Tear stains on her cheek. She'd been crying in her sleep. I had failed all 3 of them. I went downstairs. Sat at the kitchen table. The note Mark left was still on the fridge. I took it. Looked at it. I can't do this anymore. Anger came. Deep, burning anger. You couldn't? 22 years. 3 children. And you couldn't? I ripped up the note. Tore it to pieces. Threw it in the trash. But that didn't fix anything. Monday of the 3rd week, Jake got in a fight at school. The principal called me. Mrs. Martinez, we need you to come get Jake and have a talk. I went to the school. We sat in the principal's office. Jake's eyes were red. His lip was swollen. What happened? I asked. The principal explained. Another kid had called Jake fatherless. Said your dad left because you're worthless. Jake had punched him. My heart broke. We drove home. Sat in the car in silence. Didn't speak. Jake stared out the window. I'm sorry, Mom, he finally said. His voice was broken. Small. Don't be sorry. You shouldn't have fought, but I understand. He left because I'm a bad son. No, I grabbed his arm, turned him to look at me. No, Jake. Dad left because he couldn't deal with his own problems. This isn't about you. It was never about you. Then why did he leave? I had no answer. We went inside. Jake went straight to his room. Closed the door. I stayed in the car. In the garage. In the dark. Alone. And I cried. The kind of crying that burns your chest, leaves you breathless. My children were suffering. And I couldn't do anything. The door opened. Jake came running. Mom, where are you? I wiped my tears. But too late. He'd seen me. Crying in the car. Mom. He came over. Wrapped his arms around my neck. He was 11, but in that moment seemed so much older. Don't cry. You're super strong. Dad didn't know it, but I do. That sentence. That simple, small sentence. Something inside me broke. Or maybe came back together. I hugged him tight. Thank you, sweetheart. If you've experienced a turning point like this in your life, would you share it with me in the comments? I want you to know you're not alone. And if this story is touching you, don't forget to hit the like button. That small gesture helps us reach more moms. That night, after the kids were asleep, I looked through our old photo albums, pictures from before Mark. I was 26. Smiling, a sparkle in my eyes. I had dreams. A photo from when I was working at the cafe, smiling at customers. Another photo, with friends at the beach. Sun, ocean, freedom. Where did that girl go? I looked in the mirror. saw my 48-year-old face. Wrinkles, exhaustion. But those eyes, they were still there. I was still me. When did I bury my dreams? I asked the mirror. It answered, but they're still there. You just have to dig them up. I woke up at 5 a.m. My head was clear. For the first time in 2 weeks, I could actually think. I opened the laptop, typed, how to make a career change at 48. I read for hours, articles, forums, success stories, women in their 50s, 60s who'd started new careers. Then I saw real estate, flexible hours, commission-based, no age limit, experience not required, just a license. Maybe this could work. Arizona real estate license online course, $199. I put it on my credit card, the last bit of credit limit I could use. First lesson, 47 pages of legal terms, sales contracts, mortgages, tax laws. My brain was on fire. Sophie came over to me. What are you studying, Mom? Real estate. Really? Her eyes lit up. Are you going to sell houses? I'm going to try. Sophie sat down, looked at the screen. Are these math problems? I can help. I'm good at math. And she helped me. My 14-year-old daughter explained ratios and percentages to me. I studied from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. every night. After the kids were asleep, my eyes burned, my head throbbed. But I didn't stop. 6 weeks later, the first exam, 150 questions, 2 hours. I failed, missed passing by 5 points out of 70. I got in the car, sat in the parking lot, and cried. I'd given it everything. It wasn't enough. I can't do this, I said out loud. This is too hard for me. That night, Emma knocked on my door. Mom, I wrote you something. She handed me a note. In her handwriting, blue pen. I read, Mom, you're the strongest person I've ever known. Dad left but you stayed. Every day you take care of us. Every night you study. You never give up. One test can't stop you. You're our superhero. I love you. Emma, I cried. But this time it was different. I was crying with hope. I studied 3 more weeks. Harder. More intensely. Emma and Sophie helped. Jake sat quietly beside me, doing his homework. Second exam. 150 questions. 2 hours. I got a 78. I passed. I screamed in the car. At the steering wheel. Alone. But I screamed. With joy. With victory. I ran home. I passed. Kids. I passed. All 3 came running. We hugged. We jumped. We laughed. We're celebrating, I said. We're getting pizza. Emma pulled out coupons. There's a 2-for-1 deal. I laughed. Perfect. Then we'll get 3. I got my license. But now what? I applied to 15 real estate offices. Sent emails. Made calls. Most didn't respond. Finally, a small family company called. Barbara from Martinez Realty. Do you have experience? No. But I'll learn. I'm a fast learner. Silence. You can work commission only. No guaranteed salary. You might not make any money the first few months. I accept. Come in tomorrow. Let's talk. The office was small. An old building. 6 agents. All over 60. Barbara's family friends. They gave me the small desk in the corner. Old, wooden, scratched, covered in dust. My first day. No one helped me. Everyone was busy. Phones ringing. Doors opening and closing. I sat there, stared at the blank screen. I didn't know what to do. The first week was a disaster. I had to do cold calling. Call people. Hello, my name is Linda Martinez. I'm a real estate agent. The first 50 calls got rejected. One person yelled at me. Some hung up. Most said, not interested. My voice trembled with every call. My confidence was 0. One day Barbara came over. Linda, in this business confidence is everything. If you don't believe in yourself, why would a client? She was right. But how could I believe in myself? At night I watched YouTube videos. Real estate sales techniques. Successful agents. Tips. One woman made a video. She'd started at 55. Now a top agent. People don't buy your experience, she said. They buy your sincerity. I could do that. My first client meeting was a couple in their 30s, looking for their first home. I was terrible. Couldn't answer their questions. My knowledge was superficial. Will you arrange the mortgage? They asked. I didn't know. I'll research it and get back to you, I said. They never called back. I drove home crying that night. End of month 1, 0 sales. 0 money. An electric bill late notice came. Disconnection warning. I went to my neighbor Karen. It was the hardest conversation. Karen, can I borrow $200 for the electric bill? I saw the pity in her eyes, but she gave it. Of course, Linda, whenever you want. Month 2. Still 0 sales. In the office, other agents' sales bells were ringing. Success celebrations. I sat quietly in my corner. Barbara called me into her office. Linda, maybe this isn't the right fit for you. I sat there. 48 years old. Failed. Broke. Give me 2 more months, I said. Please. She nodded. 2 months. But then you need to be realistic. That night I didn't cry. I got angry. They're telling me no. I'll do it. I'll show them. I changed my strategy. I took the jobs no one wanted. Difficult clients. Low-priced homes. Far neighborhoods. Other agents wouldn't take these. Waste of time, they said. But I had time. And I was desperate. Mid-month 3, my first client came. Patricia, 52 years old. Newly divorced. Emotionally broken. At our first meeting, she cried. 25 years of marriage. Now I'm alone. I understood her. Really understood. Me too, I said. 22-year marriage. Alone with 3 kids. Her eyes filled. You understand. Yes, I understand. We looked at 18 homes over 2 weeks. Patricia was indecisive. She'd like one house, then change her mind. Other agents would have given up. I didn't. We'll find the right home, I said. No rush. Finally, we found a small house. 2 bedrooms. A yard. Quiet neighborhood. When Patricia walked into the house, she cried. This is my home. On closing day, we both cried. Hugged. You saved me, Linda, she said. No, you saved yourself. I just helped. My first commission, $2,847. When I saw the money hit my bank account, I stared at the screen. Cried. Called my kids. Kids. I did it. My first sale. Emma screamed. Sophie jumped. Jake yelled. My mom's a superhero. That night we celebrated. Real pizza. No coupons. And ice cream. I paid the electric bill. Paid Karen back. Saved the remaining $1,200. For the first time in 4 months I slept peacefully. It took 4 months to get here. 4 long, painful months. But I made it. And if this story makes you say I can do it too, please write I can do it too in the comments. That simple sentence can give courage to someone else. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, because every week we share real stories like this. Together we're stronger. Patricia referred 3 friends to me, all divorced women, all looking for a new start. I found a niche. My people. I knew their fears. I understood their anxieties. I had coffee with them. Listened. Showed empathy. Month 4, 2 more sales. Month 5, 4 sales. I appeared on Barbara's list. Agent of the month. Young agents were surprised. How are you doing it? I listen. I said simply. I'm not here for the money. I'm here to help. I started on social media. Facebook, Instagram. Home buying tips for women starting over. First video, 200 views. Second video, 1,500. Third video, 15,000. Went viral. Comments came in. Watching you inspired me. I'm starting at 52. Thank you, Linda. A national real estate magazine wanted to interview me. Women starting over at 48. A success story. End of year 1, I sold 23 homes. Barbara gave me Agent of the Year. I took my kids to a nice restaurant. A real restaurant. Expensive menu. Thank you for believing in me, I said. Emma cried. Sophie cried. Jake said, Mom, you're a real superhero. I always knew it. Year 2, I became a top 5 agent in the office. Now I could be selective. I became a mentor to women agents starting out. Year 3, top 3 agent. I gave talks at conferences. Income 3 times what my ex-husband made. At the end of year 4, I made my decision. I was going to start my own company. I rented a small office. 3 rooms. Modest but clean. Company name, Phoenix Rising Realty. Rising from the ashes. Emma designed the logo. My first team, 3 female agents. All 45 plus. All starting fresh. Mission: give women a second chance. First year, we grew to 8 agents. End of year 5, 15 agents. The most respected boutique real estate firm in the region. I bought the first office building. I wasn't a tenant anymore. I was the owner. Emma went to college. Full scholarship. Sophie started high school. Honor roll. Jake was in middle school. Soccer team captain. One day I got a message from my ex. Heard you made it. Congratulations. I deleted the message. Didn't respond. I was looking forward now, not back. 5 years ago, I had $47 in my account. Today I provide jobs for 15 people. 5 years ago, I felt worthless. Today I touch a woman's life every single day. The crisis didn't kill me. It created me. My children are proud of me. Jake's teacher read an essay. Title: My Superhero. My superhero is my mom. When Dad left us, we were all scared. But Mom wasn't scared. She didn't slow down. She studied every night. She got better every day. Now she owns her own company, and she taught us life's most important lesson. Never give up. I cried reading those lines. Now I give talks at the local Women Entrepreneurs Association. Every week I give free consulting to one woman. Emails come in. I'm 48 and scared to start. Is it too late for me? I write the same thing to all of them. Is 48 too late to start? I started at 48, with $47, with 3 kids, with 0 experience. And look what I built. You can do it too. Age is just a number. The real number is the fire inside you, and I can see that fire in your eyes. Start today. The person who left you actually set you free, to discover your own power. No one can tell you your worth. You determine it yourself. And if you're starting right now with $47, a broken heart, but fire inside, believe me, this is just the beginning. Your best chapter hasn't been written yet. Thank you for listening to my story. What's yours? Have you ever started over? Share in the comments. And if this story inspired you, subscribe to Mama's Truth Tales. Here, every mother's voice matters. Together we're growing this community. See you in the next video. Remember, it's never too late.